guys. I'm not a morning person at all, but hello everyone. Good morning. It was actually a pretty sunny morning, and Carlotta is here by my side. She's pretty much invisible because the sun is shining so bright. I usually wake up with her by my side. My boyfriend wakes up before me, so she's the first thing I see in the morning. I start up by washing my face and doing some skincare. Today I'm going to use this Lush mask. I'm not a really big fan of, but since I already bought it, I'm going to use it. And it's good to use in the morning just because it has mint in it and really makes your face tingle, which helps you wake up. Carlotta is still in the same place, but I'm just going to cover her because I know she's always cold. While I'm waiting for the mask to dry, I'm taking my breakfast and I'm checking my phone for my email and just looking at my social media basically. Now it's time for some makeup. Today I have a lot of meetings and I need to have my webcam on for most of the day, so I really need to put on some makeup to feel a little bit more put together. I don't do this all the time, by the way. Sometimes I just go completely barefaced. I think my coworkers are already used to it by this point. But I have to interview some candidates this morning for my team, and so I need to look a little bit more professional, I guess. Even though it's always entertaining to see people coming to interviews sometimes in their suits and ties, and then they see me with 4 facial piercings and split hair. I don't think a lot of people are expecting that, but that's me. It's the most basic and boring makeup, but at least it's quick and yeah, makes me feel dewy and my skin looks good. So yeah. I put on a very basic black jumper, but very comfy. It was a cold morning. I made a coffee, well, more like a latte, and yeah, I'm ready to start working. This is pretty boring because it's just me staring at a laptop and spending the entire morning talking to people and then doing some reports, drinking my coffee, and then I'm ready to start lunch. Today I'm cooking kimchi jjigae, which is a Korean dish. Well, it's more inspired on this dish because obviously I'm not Korean, and I made some alterations because this dish usually has meat and seafood, and I only have tofu and I'm going to use mushrooms. So it's very easy to make it vegan or vegetarian. I use eggs and fish sauce in here, but you can totally avoid them. I start with some chili and garlic sauce and sesame oil. Then I'm going to add some kimchi. Here's some very unsatisfying images of me trying to peel off the plastic of this soft tofu, but I just ended up using the knife. I drained all the water of this tofu and then I'm gonna cut it into chunks. Next, I'm going to use some more kimchi sauce without the actual cabbage, so just the sauce. And then I add some water. Originally, jjigae is made of Korean dashi, and which is made of fish broth. That's why I added a little bit of the fish sauce, but honestly, you can just not use it. It's still good. Now I'm going to use some of the mushrooms. This is shimeji, and look how beautiful and creepy it looks. Next, I'm going to add some enoki mushrooms. Now I add 2 eggs. Korean food is my definition of comfort food because it's spicy, it's hot. I love anything with a broth or stew. That's my favorite type of food. And this is so quick to make. Now, I know this is a terrible habit, but we usually eat in front of the TV. I just, multitasking. I like to watch the news and just eat my meal and also check my phone. Actually, here we were watching Trixie and Katya. The queens like to watch series of Netflix. It's hilarious. We love them so much. We are like huge fans. And that's it for lunchtime. And it's just back to work. I just realized how much I rock on the chair back and forth. And yeah, it's just me staring at the computer and talking to people. And yeah, I actually like my job, but a scene like this seems very weird, not moving from the same spot for hours. I even forget to take breaks or grab a drink or anything. It's just, this for hours straight. And I just realized that I'm still recording and it's now nighttime and almost time to go. Well, not go anywhere because I'm home, but time to shut down my computer. And I grab my Switch because I need to check my Animal Crossing island and check on my villagers. Finally, my boyfriend shows up to remind me that I'm just sitting alone in the dark. I usually work out after work, but today I was so tired that I just needed some relaxing time, so I just took care of my plants. I have this little Pelia here that I was propagating, and she has grown long roots now, so she's ready to be planted. Excuse my socks, they're very distracting and bright orange, but they're very warm. I'm just going to put some soil into a vase. And because I tend to overwater my plants, I'm going to mix some of this perlite. I'm not even sure if that's how it's pronounced, but basically this absorbs excess water. So I always put it on my soil when I'm repotting plants. It really saves my plants for my killer tendencies of putting too much water. Then I just make a hole in the middle and that little fella has a new home. Gently put the soil over the roots. Make sure the roots are all covered. And then Carlotta comes and checks what I'm doing. She looks pretty, and Pelias are so easy to replant and to propagate that I'm sure it's going to work out. I've done this before. There you go. You have there her little sister on the right, and the big one is my original Pelia. So now I'm going to cut another piece, so I put it in water, and this goes on forever and ever until I have my house full of Pelias. So you just need to find an isolated, like single strand. I don't even know how to even call this, but I guess you can see it on the video. I just cut it there. This doesn't harm the plant in any way. Now I just need to wait for 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, until I can replant it again. You just need to wait for the roots to grow. So my boyfriend had to go visit his mom, so I was alone and I really didn't want to cook for myself, so I decided to order something. And I decided to go for this vegetarian burger place that I really wanted to try out, and it took forever to arrive. I was starving. First thing are these cauliflower thingies that were supposed to be like an alternative to chicken nuggets. I was really disappointed because honestly, they were just deep fried cauliflower.
What?
This is a burger, and it was made of mushroom and potato, the patties. And it actually tasted super good. It didn't really taste like potato. It tasted a bit like mushroom, but it was really delicious. So once again, I ate my burger watching the news. I just like to be updated about what's going on around the world. And now I'm just checking to see if I'm still decent. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the evening playing some video games. And I was playing Hollow Knight here for the first time. And I was not very great at it, but I was having a good time. After a while, my partner returned, and obviously Carlotta needs lots of attention. And we basically just catch up and talk about our days. Even if we live together, we're just pretty much doing our own thing. We work in separate rooms. So because we are all on meetings and calls all the times, so we kind of try to maintain the same routine as we did before lockdown. Now I'm just showing him some TikToks that I thought were hilarious. And Carlotta is still just doing her thing, rubbing her little chin, being adorable. She's very loved, and she knows that. And that was my day. I hope some way this was entertaining to watch. And I'll see you next time.